course. So, our expert guest today, Professor Sudhir Hazareesingh, who teaches politics at Baylor College, Oxford, author of How the French Think. Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to have you with us. Is it surprising, let's start first of all with Monsieur Macron, the kind of programme that he outlined today. Does that answer the critics who say that, frankly, he's been a man of no ideas so far?
Well, he's put a little bit more meat on the bone, Hugh. But what strikes me most in terms of the announcements that he made today is how artfully he's actually exploiting the weaknesses of his main adversary, François Fillon, because he placed a lot of emphasis, as you mentioned, on the need to moralize public life. So he's going to introduce a ban on the hiring of family members by parliamentarians. And he's actually borrowing certain elements, all the economic liberal elements, from François Fillon's own program. So I think he's very astutely positioning himself so that he can exploit the disadvantage at which François Fillon finds himself in at the moment.
Would we be talking about Monsieur Macron in anything like these terms, whatever his merits, if it weren't for the fact that Monsieur Fillon's clearly having a bit of a disaster?
Well, I think we would, but certainly Monsieur Fillon's current problems are not helping him. I mean, let's just remember, François Fillon said on the 26th of January that if he was placed under formal investigation, he would not run as a candidate. So he's now gone back on his word there. And there have been a number of defections from his party since yesterday. But what's interesting about Emmanuel Macron is that he is an unconventional candidate, and this is an unconventional election. I mean, François Hollande has not been able to stand. The primary contest on the right saw the defeat of Nicolas Sarkozy and Alain Juppé. The primary on the left saw the defeat of Socialist Prime Minister Manuel Valls. So there's a kind of anti-establishment mood at the moment, and Emmanuel Macron is one of the people benefiting from it.
Well, the anti-establishment mood, as you say, that certainly reminds us of another candidate, doesn't it? As she presents herself, Marine Le Pen. What kind of contest would we have, do you think, if it was those two on the final ballot?
Well, I think it would be fascinating. I mean, I think Macron would win easily because he would not have any difficulty rallying support from the centre and even from the moderate right. The difficulty with Marine Le Pen is that one can see very easily how she gets 28–30% of the vote. But then she doesn't really have that much in terms of reserves to rely on getting up to 50%. One might imagine that the socially conservative part of François Fillon's electorate might vote for her, but that won't give her anything like what she might need in order to reach the magic 50% number.
A final thought then, if you're right in saying that Monsieur Macron in those circumstances would win, what would that mean for the wider European context, not least the kind of Brexit negotiations that will take place in the next few years?
Well, Macron is a committed European internationalist, as you mentioned. He's somebody who believes passionately in the need to rekindle the European project. And he will drive a very hard bargain if it comes to Brexit, because he really believes that Europe is in mortal danger at the moment, and that the revival and the safeguarding of Europe requires a very strong Franco-German axis. So I don't think Britain can expect any favours from a Macron presidency.
Fascinating stuff. Professor Sudhir Hazareesingh from Oxford, it's good to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And our thanks to him. Very exciting race developing, and we'll talk a little more about that, I'm sure, in the weeks ahead.